Hey everybody, it's Angela. I hope everyone has been good and groovy since the last time you saw me. I have been fantastic, healing, growing, and living my best life. Can I get an amen? Thank you. So today's video was inspired by I woke up to a Facebook alert. I know I still check Facebook occasionally. There's some good forums on there for trans women, and sorry, I've got my patio door open because it's such a beautiful day, and I'm sitting here looking out on this tree. Side note, can we talk about manifestation? This apartment, I love my apartment. Where I live in this city is just beautiful. I was in New York City less than a month ago, and when I was there, people always ask me, do I miss living in New York City? And I don't. A little bit, but the trade-off. And I just watched a video. Laverne Cox posted a video about New York versus LA, and I felt her on the having more peace in your life. Like if you are in a place where you can live in multiple places, my goal is to have an apartment here, and I want an apartment in New York City, is the peace that I have here, the nature. Like there's this beautiful tree right outside my patio door, and it's just gorgeous. There are some, I guess, cherry blossoms. There's a lot of green grass. It's funny because there's this gate, and I was on a FaceTime with one of my girlfriends, and I was showing around the place I live, and she was like, girl, you live on a damn horse farm? I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, all I see is grass and fences. And I guess it does kind of look like that over here, but it's just super, super peaceful, super beautiful. So it's my day off, and I'm, before I have to leave the house, I wanted to just soak it all up. And I manifested this. I wanted to live in a space that was beautiful and felt close to nature. And I got that. So anyway, this video was inspired because I got a Facebook alert on a post that I made in this forum about my FFS. And so someone asked me for a 1-year update, and I thought, maybe I should make a video. And I've got stuff that I want to share with you guys, stuff about mental health and stuff about being an older transitioner, because I'm middle-aged. And just an update, just where I am in my life. So I've got some champagne. This is, well, it's not champagne. This is sparkling wine from Italy, and it's Cava, and I think it's pronounced cava. But what I realized, I'm gonna have to stop drinking this, y'all, because it's so rich that it makes my stomach churn a little bit. But it's the end of the bottle, and I don't believe in wasting anything, so I'm gonna drink it, and we're gonna have this video, and we're gonna enjoy ourselves. Can I get an amen? Thank you. So cheers. Cheers to abundance. Cheers to today's video. All right, let's do this. So let's start with mental health. Well, first of all, whenever I make a video, I like to go back and see what's some of the topics that I talked about. And, I've been through a lot and I've shared a lot with you guys on this channel. And I think I've kind of talked about therapy, and I've talked about not going to therapy and how I felt about it. And I hope no one has followed my poor example at really taking full responsibility for your mental health and getting assistance when you need it. And transitioning is hard. I think I came from the position that I'm trans, I'm trans, I don't need these gatekeepers telling me what I can and can't do, blah, 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 scoopity, scoopty, boo, boo. And so I did my transition mostly without therapy. I got therapy in the very beginning, and I went to 2 to 3 sessions, and maybe 4. And then there was a patch where I felt like I needed it because I knew I wanted some surgeries. And so I went and had one session with the therapist. And then probably about a year into my transition, I was having a lot of dysphoria, a year to 2 years in. And finally, no, it was out of the beginning. I don't know, timelines, I'm never good with timelines, you guys, but I was seeing this therapist, and she really helped me deal with some things, just being a woman in the world and being a tall woman, and we really didn't talk about transness that much. And cut to today, I'm in this position in my life where I've manifested a lot for myself, but I've hit a wall. And that wall is specifically as it has to do with abundance. It's holding on to my abundance. It's maintaining. It's like getting rid of a sense of lack in my personality. It's dealing with childhood trauma that I've never addressed. I've mentioned it here before that I'm a survivor of abuse, physical, mental, and sexual, in my childhood. And you can only do so much by yourself. And that's with any healing modality. You break your arm, you don't try to set it yourself, you know what I mean? And trauma, is no different. And so I'm really proud to say that I'm 1 month in therapy, going every week. I love my therapist, and it's just been an eye opener. I told her today that I've self-identified myself as somebody who likes to put their head in the sand. I would rather not deal with something and just keep it moving. And I've always considered that to be one of my strengths. But now I'm realizing all that avoidance has done is made some of my wounds fester. So I've really been dedicated to doing the work, and the work, it's not easy. My therapist comes up with these exercises, y'all, that I have to do, and I told her today, like, I had an exercise that she gave me last week. I didn't do it until an hour before, not even an hour, until 15 minutes before my therapy session, and but it's real. I told her that, and we worked on that, and so there's more to work on. And I feel like what's so great about this therapy right now in my life is that I'm on the precipice of so much change and growth and abundance, and I don't want to be in my own way, and that's huge. I think much of the world is experiencing a spiritual awakening. I've been in a very specific spiritual awakening now for a good 9 going on 10 years, and I'm on the better side of it. And I dedicated one of my other channels to that. If you watch Angela Nari, I want to do something else with that channel. I haven't really posted on it very much, but I talk about some of that there. And so I'm really proud of the work that I've been doing. And I know that people watch me, and I just want to be a good example. And if anybody out there is ignoring the work that you could be doing for yourself, I'm here to tell you that it's really, really, really worth it. And where there is a will, there is a way. What I've learned through manifestation, if you want something and you vibrate at it, you're going to get it. And I used to think, oh, I'm too poor for therapy, and then it was like therapy is inconvenience, or my insurance doesn't cover it, or it was always an excuse, really. So now I'm on the other side of it, and I'm just really, really, really grateful. And then, I wanted to do a kind of a video physical 1 year. It's not quite a year. It'll be a year next month. So I've got another month. So I'm at 11 months just about post facial feminization surgery. And what I noticed is ever since then, I've gained some weight. I've gained more weight, y'all. Like, I'm 200 pounds plus. I'm 6'1" and a half. And doctors are always like, oh, you're fine. But for somebody who was 150 pounds until the age of 30, and then 175 to 180 for most of transition, then I hit 40. It's been a thing. It's been a thing. I'm learning to accept my body, but I'm also wanting to be a little bit slimmer. But with my face, I like it. I'm funny enough, since this surgery, I've been wearing a lot of makeup. And it's because I just enjoy it so much more now. It's been a way to get reacquainted with my face, with the new changes. And it's just fun. But I also noticed in like another video, it feels like maybe that I'm doing my makeup too light, but I'm lighter. And I'm really looking forward to summer because I was out a lot last summer, and I'm looking forward to getting some color in my face. But yeah, but she's thick. She's kind of thick boots. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but you see it in my face. You said you want to see it in the body? You want me to stand up? Y'all be doing the most. Hold on. Woo! See, she's thick. Can y'all tell? She's tall too. That's the front. This is the back. Hey. not bad for going on 48, if I do say so myself, okay? I want to talk a little bit about, being an older transitioner, and older in that I'm middle-aged, because so many of y'all are transitioning young. And I don't even know the really age bracket of people who are watching my video, because I've not been, I don't really read those analytics. I just don't care. Every once in a while I look at it. But all the trans women that I know personally in my life are younger than me. I know one person who's older than me. I know a couple people, but we lost touch. There was a person that I consider kind of like my trans mother, although we never used that language. She was like my trans mentor. She told me before I ever transitioned, if you were to ever transition, I don't think we would be friends because you'd be competition. And I remember like, oh no, that would never be the case. But our friendship didn't last. I think she was just kind of intimidated with my experience, which is really a shame. But I think a lot of the younger girls don't think like that. We don't think in terms of competition. And what I've noticed about transition is that it's really about the time you put in and marinating in who you are. I'm so much calmer and at peace than I was 10 years ago at the beginning of my transition. Before I started, people only had disbelief. And no one ever thought I would look like a woman, which is probably one of the reasons I felt like I needed FFS going in. And I couldn't really let it go. And that I would have a poor quality of life. But, for anyone, your quality of life has everything to do with you and your attitude. And I just have a lot of peace, and I have a lot of happiness, and because I live authentically. And if I had any advice out there for some of the younger girls, or not even just younger girls, but young in your transition, be you 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, is to embrace yourself as soon as you can, and then to give it time. One of the things that pops to my mind are like body surgeries. Like, I'm thick now, and I have curves. There's soft, subtle curves. How dare you? But I think about the girls who have SIL, some of my friends, and the things that we do to our bodies. And had I gotten SIL, I would be so fat now, because I was bored. I was straight up and down. And now on this side of transition, having curves and being thickums, I'm so grateful I didn't do anything to my body. That's been something I'm really, really grateful for. On this side of transition too, because here's the real story. I've only been in transition for 15 going on 16 years. There are girls, sorry. There are girls out there who have transitioned much longer than I have. One of my good girlfriends has been transitioning for 20 years, but she's younger than me. And I forgot what I was gonna say. Actually, that ambulance threw me off. So let me just switch gears real fast. One of the things that has been on my mind a lot as being a trans woman who is aging is what it looks like to be a senior transitioned person in the world. And my manifestation journey is really important to me because I don't have children. I can't necessarily expect my nieces and my nephews to take care of me. It would be beautiful if they did. But how we approach and prepare for older age. And so, like, I'm really diligent about saving for my future and making more money and preparing for a life when I can't work anymore is really important to me. And I don't really have any examples. I have that one girlfriend who's the oldest trans woman I know. She's probably 50 now. 50, no, she's 51. And There's another girl I know who's probably in her 50s. She's a nurse. But I really don't know. I feel like part of it is that we go into obscurity, but no one talks about it. And something I just think about a lot. And it's been important to me because I've been a spender, looking at the time. And looking at people in my life who have gotten older and haven't been unprepared, don't have a real good savings, or don't have a 401k. They've depended on the pension from their company, or they're basically old and poor and can't work. And like, that's some scary shit, y'all. And I think it's something to really consider and really think about. And so that's where I'm at. And I don't know why this is feeling like it's turning into I need to give y'all advice, but live authentically as soon as you can. Don't let a romantic partner or anyone in your life get in your way. Put yourself first. And just look at what you can do, when you invest in yourself and invest in your growth and invest in your health. Part of this is kind of an acknowledgement on myself. I've looked at some of my old videos and I remember the hope that I had in my head when I was making those videos of what I wanted my life to look like. And now I'm in this point in my life, and I'm very happy and I'm very proud of myself. I've come a real long way, and I know you can too. So I'm going to leave it here. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Cheers.